Poor little guy. He's just kind of waiting there for me. It's like, hey, I need a home. Can you take me? I can't. I'm sorry. Hello, truckers, drivers, and adventurers. I am the Killer Awesome Trucker. Still getting over that cold. That's all I gotta say, man. Have a good night. No, I'm just kidding. So I just hooked up to the empty trailer here that we're going to be using for our next load. Haven't been dispatched yet. I'm hoping that we're okay with this trailer. I don't really know. At this point, I'm just thinking of just taking it, you know? Because I'm hooked up. I did a pre-trip on it. All seems good. I gotta go raise the landing gear, that's for sure. Guess I better go do that. Got my e-call in. And it's like, your PTA is 12 hours after the appointment. Contact your driver later. Blah. I already sent in a macro 22. It's like, leave me a freaking alone, man. And apparently I got a friend out here. Yeah. I thought it was a wolf. From a distance, it's not a wolf. It's a poor little guy. Looking for some food or something. I have a couple tortillas. I think I'll go get him some tortillas. Hey there, buddy. I got your tortilla. Here you go. No, it's okay. Come here. It's okay. Come here. Come here. Yeah. I'm going to bring you over here. Come on. Yeah, that way you're not in the way of the truck. Yeah, look. There you go. I got you 2 of them. There you go. You can have those. All right, so when I was home the last time, I got myself a broom and a dustpan from Walmart. This next one's going to be a live load, so we need to go ahead and just kind of clean this up. All right, that's much better. That's everything that I swept up there, minus the dustpan. All right, would have helped if I'd gotten a trash bag, but that's what I'll go ahead and do now. Then we'll get these doors closed and get out of here, I guess. I just brought my little trash can out here. Yeah, you know, whatever works. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So it's 236 miles just to get to the shipper. It's like 4 or 5 hours. I'm going to take it maybe an hour at a time. We're going to go to a place called Mount Enterprise in Texas. There's a couple of truck stops there. I'm going to go to, I don't know. I'm just going to try to advance forward and reevaluate what we're doing as soon as we get there. So let's go ahead and get going. We'll check out, and that'll be and they'll be on the road. All right, so we had a little change in plans. I was going to take this route that was going to take us through Mount Enterprise, and I was going to look at a couple of truck stops there, but then I realized the Swift, the Zonar GPS was taking me up back to the I-20, and I started thinking to myself, wait a moment, why don't I just go back to the truck stop that we were at before? Because it's right here next to the I-20. So that's where we're at. We're at the one that we discovered in the last episode, with plenty of dirt parking and stuff. It's right here next to the I-20, and I can jump on the I-20 tomorrow and head on out to Louisiana. Seemed like the best thing. Instead of, trying to find a different truck stop, I already know this one. So it's a COVID. It's a win-win situation. It's my hidey hole. So yeah. Oh man, my head. I feel like, that feeling you get when you dive into a diving pool with a diving board, and then you do it like 10 times more after that? That's what my head feels like. Yeah. But yeah, I got myself backed in, and then I just kind of wiggled my way over, scooted myself a little closer to this truck over here, just so we have some space in between each other, but also so no one else tries to get in between us. So, but yeah, there's plenty of room. Take a look. Get out and look. I actually have to get out and get the license plate thing. But yep, so this is where we're gonna be tonight. So I gotta do all my macros and stuff. Well, for dinner tonight, I thought I'd make some gravy. No, I'm just kidding. Some New England clam chowder. I was gonna make myself some tomato soup, but I don't have any. I was gonna go inside the store and buy some bread, and I got cheese. I was gonna make some grilled cheese sandwiches, like with my toaster oven. I think you can do it with a toaster oven. I'm not sure, but yeah, just gonna cook up more soup. Man, I need to get this cold out of here. It's making my allergies go haywire. Yep, I just finished it up and poured it right back into the can here. Just eat it right from the can. Don't touch that. That's warning, hot surface. Oh, well, like yesterday, the soup actually helped. Like clam chowder, chicken noodle, tomato soup as a kid was my favorite. But I've grown to like other things too. I used to hate like the cream soups, but now I love the cream soups. I hate them as a kid. I love them as an adult. Like clam chowder is my absolute favorite. I don't know, lobster bisque from Red Lobster. Oh my goodness, that soup is good. But I'm running out of soups. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I'd go through the soup so quickly. I still got SpaghettiOs and some other stuff. Just kind of keeping it simple right now. Just really want to kick this cold to the freaking curb. It's getting annoying. And I definitely don't want to push myself too much while driving, you know what I mean? So I'm just like taking breaks, getting sleep, trying to get as much sleep as I can. drive while it's daytime. I normally try to drive when it's daytime, but if I'm feeling, better, 100%, I'll do some early morning driving or something. But the way I'm feeling right now is, I don't think I'd want to do that. But been working on some more cat videos with a K, Killer Awesome Trucking cat videos. Trying to get these done. I'm like a month behind as of recording this. This is the episode where I go back to Phoenix. The one where the trailer brakes were frozen. Then I went into New Mexico, and then there was a trailer brake leak, and then I got pulled over by DOT, and yeah, it was that episode. But just trying to work on them, trying to get them caught up and stuff. Because there's a lot of other stuff that I want to get working on for the channel. Okay, so I read reviews of the place that the cookies are really good. They're homemade cookies, so I got that. They've also got like a breakfast burrito, and I don't know what kind of burrito. I got those for breakfast. It's got chorizo in it, so it's got a little bit of a spice, which actually might work well with my sinuses and stuff. But I think it's a couple of Mexican ladies that run this place, and they're so nice. And I think these are all homemade, and if so, man, these are good. I highly recommend stopping by this place. It's a Valero. Yeah, it's a Valero here off of the I-20 near Tyler, Texas. And there was still plenty of parking when I woke up. All that area over there you could still park at. Well, might have been a little hard with the fuel thing there, but yeah, there's still places that you could park. You can even park behind where me and the other trucks are sitting at. But good stuff. This is definitely going to be another one of my favorites that I'll be coming back to. So the smaller one is just your typical breakfast burrito. I think it's just got egg, bacon, and stuff like that. The other one was like freaking deluxe. It was pretty awesome. Okay, well, had breakfast and all that. Finishing up my pre-trip here. Just got to do my tug tests, and we'll be on our way. My goodness, my freaking allergies. This cold is just throwing everything out of whack. But we're going to get going. I may not be able to push myself as much as I was, like trying to do 9-10 hours, but I'm still going to get some driving accomplished. We got, what did we get? Something like, I think 14 hours. We have some more recap hours, so I now have like 14 or something on my weekly. So I can still keep running on those recaps, until I get to a point where, I have to shut down for 34. And some of you might be saying, why don't you shut down for 34 and get better? Because I'm not that sick. It's not like a flu where you are knocked on your butt. You know what I mean? And you just don't feel good about doing anything. It's not that bad. I was actually thinking about taking a break a little bit further than this, but this was the closest. Well, no, not the closest. This is the only rest stop that was coming up. That was along my path, which is kind of weird. We still got 103 miles total to go. I thought there might be at least one more rest stop, but we've got an interesting, and this is where, remember when I was...
After a quarter of a mile, go straight ahead, and then enter the highway Interstate 20.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Remember I was telling you, Google Maps is great as a tiebreaker. It's good to have 3 GPSs. And I would recommend, this is how I would recommend it. There's like one person who had like freaking 6 of them or something like that all over his dash. You don't need that. You've got your company GPS, right? That one's not bad when it comes to getting you to where the opening is for the shipper or the receiver. Most of the time it gets you into the right spot, not always. But when it comes to routing, it only gives you the route that is the shortest route, not necessarily the best route or the quickest route. It's where a trucker GPS is much better. It's going to give you a more appropriate route. Might be a little longer, but it's going to be a lot better and probably safer too. I do think the company GPS, at least the Zonar, I think it will route you around traffic. Unlike the Garmin, which should have something to do with traffic, and I haven't been able to get it to work, the Zonar, I'll see, it's like Google Maps, I'll see if something's backed up because it'll be all red or orange or whatever. And I've seen it to where it will route you around traffic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just coincidence, but I could have sworn I've seen it do that before. Like when I was with my first mentor, as a matter of fact, I've seen it like that. I've all told you about how much of an ass he was, and he was like, "You need to go this way. You need to go this way." I'm like, "There's traffic that way." Because he was like, "Well, what does this red line mean?" It means there's traffic. I followed what the Zonar did. He's like, "Well, if that's what you want to do," we wound up getting around the traffic and everything. So yeah, that's what I want to do. But yeah, oftentimes they'll both say something different. I've had the Garmin get me to the wrong side of a shipper or receiver because it's like, "Oh, let's take you to the front door." Whereas the Swift, or the Zonar one does not. But that's where Google Maps comes into play. With Google Maps, you can drop a pin exactly where you want to go. Don't use Google Maps as a primary source. Use it as a tiebreaker. I've had it to where it will match the Garmin. I've had it where it will it'll march along. It'll match the Zonar. So Google Maps is good as a tiebreaker. And then once you get within that, 5-mile proximity, then you can use Google Maps the rest of the way to get you where that opening is at. So whether you get a Garmin or whether you get a Ram McNally, and I'm kind of curious about the Ram McNally because it should be based off of the actual Atlas. So I'm kind of curious. For those of you who have had a Garmin and have had a Ram McNally, which one do you like better? I'm just curious. Or maybe there's a whole nother brand. I can't think of any other good brand besides those two, to be honest. But let me know in the comments. What GPS do you use? If you just rely on the Zonar, I'm sorry. I don't know why. Why would you rely on the Zonar? That thing is a freaking mess. I've had it tell me to make a U-turn by turning into someone's driveway. Not in a residence, but like out there where people got land and they have like a gravel road that goes out to their house. Yeah, it has me like turn here. This is going to be a difficult maneuver. Turn here and then make a U-turn. Well, yeah, it's a difficult maneuver. Why the hell are you? Why are you telling me to make a difficult maneuver? This may be a difficult maneuver. No kidding. Well, don't give it to me. Because it really is. It's one.
Continue on the current road.
Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, it's a difficult maneuver. It's one of those maneuvers that you see happening like on the boathead truckers or maybe TikTok videos or whatever of swift drivers or just any other company where they're like making a U-turn somewhere where they shouldn't be making a U-turn. You know, and it's either because the GPS told them that and they're like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and do it. I don't know what else to do. Or I saw one where it was just a single road and they were trying to make a U-turn. They got stuck. I'm guessing that it was a dead end and they didn't know what to do. Really, the only option if it's a dead end is to go back. And we've been in that situation before. Because I got off on a road that I thought was the rest stop. It was at night. And where was this? This was California, I believe. Or Oregon, one of the two. It was when I was going down the I-5. It was nighttime. And I wound up on a road that was a dead end. And I looked at that. I'm like, no way in heck I'm going to try to make a U-turn. I had to back up, and I used my cones with the lights to block off an area for me to back up. Had my four-ways on, but still I don't make the assumption that people know what the hell I'm doing. For all they know, I'm broke down. They don't know I'm going backwards. It's not like there's reverse lights on the trailer. So I block off an area to back up, move the cones, back up some more, move the cones. That's what you do. It sucks. It really does. It's going to take you time to get out of that mess. But it's the best way and the proper way and the safest way to get out of there. Your other option is to call the police and have them come out and escort you back. And that's fine too. Especially if you're in a city environment and there's a lot of traffic. I didn't have to worry about that. It was more of kind of like in the country type of thing, but it was on the side of the interstate. But by all means, if you're in a city, don't even try the cones because people are just going to run them over anyway. I don't care. Yeah, definitely call the cops on that one. And what's a good example of that? If you're like in the east and you're on a route and you see a bridge that is too low, don't make assumptions. Generally, I think it's supposed to be 13.6, the height on the trailer. But just because a bridge says 13.7, don't make that assumption because if they repave it, it's going to wind up being shorter. So if it looks short, stop, put your four-ways on, get out and look. I ain't kidding. Get out and look and just see how close is it. If it's too close, you can call your driver leader. They'll probably just tell, would you get out and look? Did you use your 3 points of contact? We'll be safe. May not be much help. Some might. Your best bet is probably to go ahead and call the police, call the local police, say, hey, I'm here on this road. I'm stuck. This bridge is a lot lower than what I was anticipating. I need help getting out of here. It may take them a bit to get to you, but they'll be a lot more happier that you did that rather than cause an accident, a scene, or wrecking your trailer and the debris going all over the place and affecting traffic. They might be a little annoyed, but they're going to be a lot more happier that you called them to avoid a situation. Okay, and your company's going to be a lot happier too. Again, your company might be freaking annoyed with you, but they'll be glad that you got out and looked and were able to determine, yeah, that trailer's not going underneath there. I need help getting out. So Just do the right thing. Do the smart thing. All right. I'm going to make some tea for my throat. My throat's okay, but it's also going to help with my sinuses and stuff. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's just a mess. Okay, so I keep old water bottles that I've used, or water jugs, and I fill them up with tap water so that way I can use it, you know, like I'm rinsing stuff out. So potable water, is that what it's called? It looks kind of like portable water. Yeah, I'll do that so I can kind of rinse things out there. And it's just water, you know, maybe a little bit of tea. It can be dumped outside, it's not a big deal. Okay, I've got it's a peppermint bark herbal tea. I've got that kind of seeping in there. We have a fuel stop just a mile and a half from here at a Love's in Greenwood, Louisiana. We're going to go ahead and do that one because I think the route that we're going to be taking is going to be taking us down to the I-10 because El Paso, the Swift El Paso facility is one of our next fuel stops. I don't think we'll make it there today. And I haven't quite decided if I want to go that direction or not. Well, to start off with, we might go back up to the I-20 and then work our way down. I'm not really sure yet. We'll know once we get to the receiver. But let's go ahead and get to our fuel stop. I'll fill up. I'll pull up after that. My tea should be done seeping, and then I can put my Splenda in there because with Splenda I can use less sugar. Oh my goodness, I feel like I got a headache. But yeah, let's go ahead and get moving. Really wasn't that far. Now you may be wondering, why didn't I just take that one spot over there? That DHL truck backed up and turned out, and I'm wondering if those pumps work. Guess we'll find out, because this Munoz Trucking just pulled in there. Some of these pumps are wrapped up. The one next to it was wrapped up. This one over here has got something wrapped up on it. The one that I'm in isn't like that, so... And again, I don't think this guy he's not filling up. So he went inside the building, he didn't pull up. Sandbox Logistics? The hell, man? Come on, it's freaking common etiquette. Pull up when you're done. The dude's washing his windows now. You wash your windows while you're filling up. Alright. Not everyone's on the same level. I get it. So, let me get you on the same level. When you're filling up, wash your windows. If you're going to wash them while you're filling up. When you're done, put your fill things away, get your def, put that away, pull up, then go do what you need to do in the building. Use the facilities. Buy yourself chips or a soda or whatever. Okay? Don't be doing that crap at the fuel island. Shut up! Shut up! No excuses, alright? Pull your ass forward. Alright, got my tea done. The only thing is that it's sitting there where I got the refrigerator plugged in, so I got to keep an eye on that. But we're ready to go. Got 102 miles till we get to the shipper. So let's go ahead and let's get going. Okay, Zonar for the win on this one. Remember when I was saying that the company GPS will take it to the correct entrance? Most of the time, that was the case on this one. I saw the do not enter sign in the area that I thought we were supposed to dock. So I'm like, well, that can't be it. So I followed the Zonar, which took us on a side street over here. Well, first, I saw what it was doing. I looked it up on Google Street View, and I had seen truck-only entrance. So, came down here. So, Zonar for the win on this one. Now, what the hell are we doing? I have no freaking idea. I'm going to have to get out and look, apparently. And ask. Get out and look and ask. Wow, what a confusing place. Okay, so when in doubt, if it looks weird, park and walk. That's what I did. Walked over to the gate, checked in. He says, oh yeah, you're supposed to walk over here. I'm like, okay. Would have been nice if there was a sign, but you know. Because there's trucks parked all over. And it's a combination of intermodal and flatbed. And so we got instructions. What we're supposed to do is drive over here alongside the left, alongside the fence, follow it all the way back, and there is a dock back there. I'm not sure how much room I've got to back in. We're going to have to figure that out when we get there. Don't be afraid to take charge of the situation, all right? Just don't sit out here like, I don't know what to do. Take charge of the situation. You're the boss, all right? You're the boss of your truck. You're the captain. Take charge. Go walk up there. I mean, if it looks weird, you know, like you drive up there. This is my philosophy. If I try to drive in an area and I'm not sure if I can get out, then guess what? I'm going to park, and then I'm going to get out and look and walk and then talk and to find out, hey, is this where I'm supposed to be? Yeah, so do what you got to do so you can get the job done, all right? Ain't no one else going to do it for you. All right, we're going to move forward and hopefully not have a problem with the dock. We are backed into the dock. Not too bad. I had to make use of my space. You can see what it was that I did. I kind of pulled over the tracks, kind of came around and got my trailer turned in such a way. I was actually going to park at this dock right next to me, but it works out that I'm next to this other truck. Got stuck. Got stuck over here in the mud where it wasn't backing up, so pulled forward, managed to get it forward, turned on my traction. You think I would do that first? Turn on the off-road and the PDL lock, and then started going back very carefully. Kind of floored it just to get it to, you know, right over that that muddy spot. It's not like it's gonna go 60 miles per hour backwards, you know, within 5 seconds or something. So, but I just had to react, you know, a little bit quickly so it didn't, you know, get out of control. But yeah, needed to get past that. Once I did, remember when I told you folks in another episode, be observant of what the other trucks are doing. This truck next to me, his tandems were to the back, so I followed suit. Made sense. We're getting loaded with paper. This is a paper mill. That's why there's freaking wood all over the place. That's why there's flatbeds bringing in, you know, lumber and stuff. So this stuff is going to be heavy. But yeah, so I was observant, saw what he was doing. Went ahead and slid the tandems to the back. Then I started to back up. Then I realized, crap, I forgot to open the doors. So I pulled forward, opened up the doors. If you had asked me, did you forget? Nope, I was just getting lined up with the dock. I'm good to go now. I'm going to pull forward and open up the doors. No, I'm all good, man. Thanks, though. Thanks, appreciate your concern. So I got the doors open, then I started backing up and got to the dock. I think I'm lined up the way it should be. Hopefully. If not, they'll tell me. Shouldn't be too hard. Just need to offset a little bit if it's not lined up correctly. It looks pretty darn close. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea how long it's going to take to get loaded. When did I check in? 12:48. It's now 1:26. By the way, that thing out there is freaking loud. It's like being at a rock concert and they got the bass up. Oh man, that thing rumbles your ears. I gotta tell you, that thing is loud. Actually, it didn't take very long at all. All right, so we got the paperwork. Gentleman came by, gave me the paperwork, gave me the seal. So we're going to pull forward. Going to slide the tandems. It's going to California, so it's got to go to the 40-foot mark, or you know, forward of that. But we'll do 40 foot. We'll go ahead and put the seal on. Close the doors, put the seal on, and we'll go check out. We're going to be going back the way we came. I'm going to make a stop at the same truck stop that we were at before and yesterday. So I will go ahead and meet you there. Okay, I got a confession to make. I wasn't completely honest. We're not at the Valero that I was at before. We're out of Love's in Linden. Minden. Okay, it is Minden. Because we needed to weigh the load. Rear axle is 33,000 pounds. It's still legal. A little bit more weight on the back than the front, but we're at the 40-foot mark, so we can't slide those tandems any further back. So it's gonna have to do. It's still legal. Ideally, I think you want to have it equal. It's not like it's that far off. It's like 30,000 on the drive axle and 33,000 on the rear. But yeah, it'll be fine. But yeah, I needed to do that. We're over 70,000 pounds total. So it's going to California. Even if it wasn't going to California, something that weighs that much, the weight of the load was like over 40,000 or something like that. Oh no, that's right. Well, yeah, it's over 40,000, but when I weighed it before leaving, the total weight was like over 60,000. That wasn't accurate. But yeah, you just want to cover yourself and get that load scale. It's not going to cost you anything. Just run it on your card as a corporate thing. And if by chance you get pulled over by DOT, at a weigh station, they say, "Oh, you're illegal." No, sir, I'm not. You pull out your your scale thing that you got from a truck stop, and you just show it to them. "No, sir. Here you go," or "Ma'am." And if it's in California, you may not want to say "sir" or "ma'am," because then you're assuming someone's gender, and you know how that all goes. Anyway, yeah, just get it weighed. Obviously, if it's under 34,000 pounds, if it's a light load, don't have to worry about it. But if it's over 34,000, get that sucker weighed. Yeah, it takes longer. I know it's gonna delay you. Just CYA, cover your afterburners, right? Yeah. It's 118 miles from here to the Valero, my hidey hole. But there's no showers there. There are here at the Loves. And right now, my allergies are all over the place because of the dust, the sawdust, all the stuff in the air that was over there at the, whatever the heck it was. I forget the name of it, but it was paper mill, logging, whatever. Yeah, that stuff was all over in the air. And although it didn't bother me at first, down the road I was just like, bleh. Yeah, I was, and I'm tired. It has worn me out. I still got like, how many hours do I got? I still got like 5 hours and 48 minutes of drive time, about that much of my 14-hour clock. Yeah, I could force myself, but I'm tired. Forgot to do my L call. The allergies are affecting my trying to keep track of stuff. I remembered it later. I sent it in, just said, "Hey, just update my L call." It's going to be about 3 days. See, I thought about going to the Lancaster terminal over by Dallas, shutting down, maybe taking a shower there. But if not, I'd be able to drive. One of our fuel stops is at the El Paso Swift terminal, so I was going to make that another shutdown point. Easily could have done that if we had gone all the way to Lancaster. But something happened on the way here that delayed stuff. Right here. There was an accident, and it backed up traffic quite a bit. And it was, I don't know if this is what was on my dash cam, but hope the guy's okay. That thing was flipped over upside down. So yeah, crazy. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was driving too fast. I'm a strong believer that if you're not driving fast, if you're driving, a safe speed, sorry, 80 miles per hour is not a safe speed. 55 miles per hour, I think, is a safe speed because it sure feels safe. And that's coming from someone who hasn't done a whole lot of driving, right? I mean, if you've been driving for 20 years, you kind of take things for granted, right? Me, being new, I don't take things for granted. You know, I can feel the difference between 55 miles per hour and, well, I don't go 80, but if I'm going downhill, it can certainly go up that fast. But you can feel the difference. When you start feeling a little bit of resistance, it's very similar to the truck simulator, where if I'm going too fast around a corner, I can tell because it's not quite making it. And if you've got it set in a certain way, that sucker will tip over, which has happened on some of the episodes I just had, where it just flipped over. But you can feel the resistance. If you're going too fast, you can feel, maybe not feel it tip over, but you can feel that resistance, like, oh, maybe I'm going around this too fast. And you slow down. But I believe that if these super truckers slow down, heck, even 60 miles per hour is not bad. If they were to slow down, you would have more time to react to whatever is going on in front of you, especially if everyone's driving fast. They're all getting up in front of you, and they're going to get to whatever accident is up there before you do. I had my speed around 57. I'm not going fast. I was coming up over a hill, coming down, and I saw it all backed up. Guess what? I had plenty of time to slow down, turn my hazards on to let everyone behind me know of what was going on. And yeah, I had no problem. I've had other situations that because I was going 55 or 57, I was able to slow down safely. So, I mean, the super truckers that are like, you get too slow, and they go by me and honk their air horn, screw you. All I gotta say is, for one thing, no, 55 is not slow. Some of the states here have a minimum speed. I've seen it either 40 or 45. I'm going 55. No, it's not slow. Y'all going too fast. Well, speed limit says 70. Well, that's not the required speed, you dope. And that's not a speed for tractor trailers. That's for four-wheelers. It's not for you. Slow your ass down. Well, I got somewhere to go. Well, fine, you'll get there. You get there. Calm down, man. I mean, I've mentioned this before, where I've going like 55 or 57. Some super trucker honk honk goes by me. Give me about 30 minutes. If even that, I've done caught up to him, because he's pulled off to the side because of, I don't know, or there is a accident or something up there, and I'm like, yep, he didn't get far. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Come on, there's truth in that. I mean, there could be a traffic jam up ahead. You know? Super truckers are going 70, 80 miles per hour. Guess what? You're going to get to that traffic jam before I do. And by the time I get to that traffic jam, it's not going to be as tight. So while you're sitting there waiting an hour to get through that traffic jam, guess what? I may only have to wait like 15, 30 minutes. Interesting how that works, huh? Slow your ass down. I don't know why you think you have a fire on your ass, but you could slow down, man. If everyone slowed down, we would have less accidents on the freaking road. But nope. Gotta drive that tractor trailer like it's a freaking, Blazer or, Corvette Porsche or something like that. Gotta get going. You're going to wind up flipping your trailer. You're going to wind up hurting yourself, hurting someone else. Nope, haven't had an accident in 27 years, 37 years, 45 years, 110 years. Yep, and those people, that person whose trailer flipped over probably said the same damn thing. Yeah. Slow down. Oh, I know if some super truckers are watching this show, they're gonna rip the comment section. That's fine, I don't care. I said before, you can be critical. I'm fine with that. But if you're just gonna be mean, yeah, you're out, man. You're out. You can be critical. That's cool. Everyone's got an opinion. And quite frankly, I want to hear from these super truckers that are going freaking 80 miles per hour. Why the hell are you driving so fast? Huh? Why are you driving so fast? Why you gotta get there so damn quick? Gotta get to the next load. That load's gonna be there. That load's not going anywhere. It's not like we don't have hardly enough loads to do. There's plenty of loads to go around for everyone, like more than once. The work's not going to run out, buddy. There's always going to be work with this line of work, with this type of job, man. That job's going to be there waiting for you, man. And you're not going to get there that much early. Yeah, you might get there 30 minutes early, an hour early. But seriously, man, I mean, calm down. Stop being in such a rush. Calm down. Enjoy the scenery. Enjoy your time behind the wheel. Listen to some music. Listen to a podcast or audiobook or something. Don't be in such a rush. I mean, you're not going to get that much more done. Honestly. So what? You save an hour on this load. You do another load. Takes you 2-3 days. You save another hour on that load. Oh, well, now you got 2 hours in that 1 week. Maybe you saved another hour in that week. Okay, you got 3 hours that you saved. What you gonna do with those 3 hours? Oh no. Oh no. You gonna do a load in 3 hours? Probably not. So you get 3 another week. Now that's 6 hours. Okay, you might get like a 300-mile load done. Maybe. By the end of the month, 3 times 4, 12. All right, you got yourself 12 hours. What do we got? We got like a 11-hour drive clock and a 4. You might have 1 extra load in there that you wouldn't have had before. Going 80 miles per hour versus someone like me that's going 57, somewhere between 55 and 60. It just depends. And when I'm going downhill, I just let it coast. I don't have to have my engine brake on because I'm going slow enough. I don't have to slow down. I just coast. Whee! It goes up to 60, 65. Just cruising on, keep it under the speed limit. But there I am going, just cruising. Not using any gas. Or barely any gas. I don't know. I'm curious, though. Like I said, everyone's got an opinion. I'd love to hear from the super truckers. 1, why the hell do you tailgate? 2, why are you driving so damn fast? 3, why do you do nothing but bitch and complain on the CB? Do you think the other person might have a radio and is listening to you? Or do you think, I hope that guy's got a radio. I'm bored, but I'm going to bitch at him and hope that he responds so I can bitch again. I mean, welcome to trucking. Oh my God. Is anyone on board with me on this? Or am I just by myself? If I'm by myself, it's okay because that means I'm unique. I'm unique anyway. Like I said, this isn't like any other trucking vlog, right? Oh hell. Okay. I'm done. Oh God. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go use the facilities and maybe get a shower.